Eric Keller here, Enthusiast Auto Group. Welcome to EAG Super Secret Warehouse number 2. And today we're going to go over this Estoril Blue E92 M3 competition. It is a one of one. It's the only Estoril Blue E92 M3 built for all of North America. Of course, it has a whopping 3,000 and change miles on it to boot. So very excited to show you that car and introduce you to a lot of the special features about that car that does make it a one of one. We have several other V8 M3s in here. We've got a pair of 6-speed Lime Rocks. We've got another 6-speed E92 there, the Alpine White over Fox Red, and another DCT Melbourne Red with just 10,000 miles. So we'll go over those cars as well as we're making our V8 lap here today. And I did want to take a moment and recognize we did put a message in one of our earlier videos that EAG is hiring. We're looking to bring some more pit crew into the family, and thankfully that was a very well received message, and we heard from a lot of fellow enthusiasts. Not enough yet though, because we still have some openings, and so we would certainly like to let you know EAG is looking to bring in some more talent. If you're fantastic at what you do in making beautiful cars that much more beautiful, or fix the problem, whether you're in the technical space, the paint and body space, the detail space, we have openings in all of those departments and are certainly looking to add some more fresh and smiling faces to the EAG family. So do drop me an email right there, or drop me a call on my cell phone or text right there. We'd be happy to have that conversation. So let's dive into this Estoril Blue M3 and learn some more. I've pulled the Estoril out a little bit so we can get a better vantage point on this very, very beautiful car, and want to take a moment and thank a very devout and loving husband and wife owner, Mr. Tony, who was my point of contact for this very beautiful car. It was a very long and enjoyable exchange, and it went something like this. Hey Eric, I've got a great M3 that my wife and I bought new. We took delivery of it in Europe and did the delivery Euro delivery program. We picked it up at the Welt, and it was just an awesome experience. Text me a picture of the car looking down. Just super cool color, and had a great experience with the car. Drove it around Europe a little bit, and we shipped the car back to California, and it's just been our baby, and I think we're about ready to sell it. It's more my wife's car than mine, and you know, let's talk this and Turkey and numbers, and okay, it sounds like a fair offer. Okay, I'll talk to her, and didn't hear back, and it was you know, a week or so, and I touched back base with Tony, and well, you know, she's just not ready to sell it yet. I can understand that, Tony. It's a beautiful car. Let's certainly stay in touch, and if and when that time comes, let's have that conversation. And well, I'll fast forward through all the rest of the conversations, because there were about 5 or 6 of them via text over the probably, I need to look, I would say it's about 2 years. And the car went from 2,000 and change miles to 3,000 and change miles, but we still kept in contact, and I'm very thankful that he didn't lose my number. And when it did come time when she was finally ready to pass the torch, my phone rang, and Tony and I finally were able to do the deal. Not a terribly uncommon story, one that I certainly have had similar experiences with when they are very special cars, and you know, I do understand the car was a family member, and I know why. I love the Estoril Blue, who doesn't? And you know, it was with their family for, you know, 3,988 miles, and it was a fixture in the garage that was always there when they came home from work, and not seeing it there, the thought of it does you know, give some uneasy feelings. I can understand that, but it sure is going to stay in a very great and loving home, and that's part of the, you know, the sales process to EAG. We certainly do you know, make sure that these cars are going to loving enthusiasts, and it's a little bit of a sell by interview. We joke about it a bit sometimes, but we want to make sure that they're going to great homes. They're going to use them and enjoy them and drive them and love them, and certainly keep them around for others to enjoy. And when it's one of one, you know, you'll never see another Estoril Blue. And the window sticker here is pretty interesting, because the interior, I think, is just as special as the outside. This NDSW blue stitching, and on the build sheet on the history report, or sorry, the DCS report, it is just special order upholstery, as it reads. And the interior on this is just too cool for school. I mean, the stitching, of course, you know, really stands out. It's obviously a contrast stitching. It does say blue stitching on the window sticker, and I guess it is a bit of a blue, but it's almost to me more of a silver. It actually pretty closely matches the silver armrests and the inserts in the centers of the seats, which do, they're subtle because they are a bit inlaid there, but I think they're absolutely cool. I mean, you don't see that in the other E92s. The interior with the black piano trim, another pretty unique thing, as opposed to, say, the carbon leather trim or the aluminum trim or the sycamore, the wood trim. And the overall condition of the car, it's just, I mean, I know you're not here to smell, but it's new. It's mint, I guess would be another very good, accurate adjective. I mean, just look at the seats and the stitching and the everything. It's a brand new car for at least as much as a 7-year-old car can be, almost 8 years old, I guess, by production date. And having been in California its whole life, that certainly helped preserve the car's condition, and the paint is all original and just in remarkable shape. We've got a great service binder on the car that starts with the break-in service, which I think was done like at 500 and let's see here, 550 miles. The initial break-in service was done. We've got 2 more oil changes there and a 3rd oil change in the middle there that's not on the report, and I think there's a total of 4 oil changes that we have that the car arrived with. And here you can see the special order upholstery. And so we do have a nice little data file there. It's not super thick because the car doesn't really have a whole lot of miles on it in order to have any types of repairs or breakdowns, but the car has had everything done when it needed to be done, including a coolant flush and microfilter and brake flush. And the EAG, of course, is performing all of our normal fixings for the reju program, which again is not going to be a whole lot, but we'll certainly do a couple things to tidy the paint up a little bit, as well as another big service on fluids and filters and any cosmetic deficiencies that we can find, which there's really not a whole lot. Little things. We're going to tack this sticker down a little bit better. I mean, those are the small little details, but they're important. And we have a 10 of 12 production dates, so we're coming up on 8 years of age. The engine bay is just as clean as the rest of the car. Of course, the stitching on the steering wheel is still really, really crisp. I've not found any wears, marks on any of the finishes on the inside, on any of the soft touch plastic, which is also nice to see. The engine, well, the S65 is just barely broke in, and it is an absolutely amazing sounding engine. If you've not seen the video, it's a short one of us running around in a Lime Rock with an intake system on it. That was a fun one. This 6-speed Lime Rock Park Edition M3 sounds amazing. Sound is just intoxicating. The other V8 M3s here sleeping with the Estoril here over the weekend in the warehouse. Of course, a Melbourne red. This is a 2011 with the Melbourne red interior. This is a first-time visitor, I believe, and also in remarkable shape. This car is available. Also a dual clutch competition package with the carbon fiber roof. The Lime Rock right next to it is ready for a bath. That is one of the South Carolina collection cars. That's the 22,000 mile 6-speed Lime Rock that we have featured in a couple of the other videos. Next is the Alpine White on Fox. This is a repeat visitor that EAG sold in 2018, and now with about 9,000 miles on it since, it is back for another round of EAG reconditioning and the rejuvenation work, which it doesn't need a whole lot. We did quite a good job on the first round. It always starts with buying the right car. That certainly does help the amount of work and effort and energy that needs to go into the car to bring it back to top shape. But it's amazing when you do start with the right one. It's definitely a lot easier to get to that finish line. And that was kind of the story with the one owner Lime Rock right there. That's a 24,000 mile car that I guess is another sneak first look, since that car's not on the website and description's not even written. And actually this is going to be the first time driving it. That is a California car as well. Again, 6-speed with the cloth interior. This is a 13,000 mile M3 competition in a Mola red with black interior. This was a car the previous owner reached out to Evan quite a long time ago, 2 years ago, or maybe a year and a half ago. They had a long dialogue, and eventually the car ended up with EAG. Really, really nice, very mint example as well, at least as close as we'll find for a 14-year-old E46 M3, going on 15 years. And then the white cinnamon that we featured in one of the shop tour here recently, we brought it back over after having performed our checks on this one. The Super Secret Warehouse has no shortage of fun wares hanging out, some customer cars in for rejuve, as well as a lot of the inventory. We do keep the vast majority of everything indoors at all times, outside of just what's coming in and leaving, as you saw in the shop walk video at EAG HQ. It does keep cars like this, garage queens like this, safe and sound and protected for the next enthusiast owner. And we are certainly looking forward to doing what we said we're going to do with this car for Tony, and keeping it in another great, loving enthusiast home. So if you are interested in any of these cars shown today, you know what to do. Drop us a line, send Evan and I an email through the website, or use the email address here at the bottom of the screen. That will send it directly to me, and I'll make sure that Evan or I follow up with you promptly. We'd love to meet any new fellow enthusiasts that have not yet reached out to EAG for the first time. I guarantee you that it will be an enjoyable exchange, and one that will very much likely lead to adding a very amazing, well-sorted, critically curated EAG car to your stable. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe for more. See ya.